Oh, you hear that?
Center, dude. Literally, like, absolutely dead center.
You hear that sucker, man?
That thunked, didn't it?
Hey guys, welcome to Shooter Opinions, and in this video, we're going to talk about this subsonic-specific 338 BR. And this whole build came about because of this Thunderbeast 338 BA suppressor. I got this because of, I had a 338 Lapua, but anybody who knows and shoots the 338 Lapua knows you need to have long ranges, and it's expensive to shoot, and that's just, it's not convenient to go out and do. So I had this awesome suppressor, and I wanted to shoot it more, and so I was thinking 300 blackout, but for 338. So I was like, what is out there that that I could, run this 338 can with? And there just wasn't a ton. So I looked at the 338 Federal, and maybe loading that for subsonic. That thing, I didn't like the extra case capacity, and it's just like a little bit too much. It really narrowed down my powder selection, and I'm gonna have to use some fillers and stuff. So I decided against that. And then I looked at the 338 Spectre, not a standard bolt face, and I figured if I got bored of this, I wanted to have like a standard 308 bolt face that I could take off the barrel and then go off with a standard caliber. So got looking and found this little thing. This is a 7mm BR case that I necked up to 338. So it's a one-step process. Just run it through the sizing die, and there you go. You got a 338 BR or 338 Whisper. It's you can find it on both under both names, but it's essentially the same thing. So once I decided on that, I reached out to Pacific Tool and Gauge, where they went and made up a custom reamer. They actually had some prints on hand, and then I made up a dummy round, sent it to them to confirm, but they made the custom reamer. I believe it was $150 or so, and then that whole package went off to the guys at Alamo Precision Rifles who chambered it and put this whole thing together. So let's just go over the build real fast before we head off to the range, and so you guys can hear this thing and just kind of really get the feel of the silence and hear some of those impacts. So we'll come back here. This thing is built on a Grayboe Renegade stock. Grayboe makes, it's a solid fiberglass epoxy stock, and the Renegade is a Macmillan A5 clone. I have some flush cups that were put in here, and it's a really good solid stock for the price, maybe $350, something like that. But it's a legit heavy fiberglass epoxy stock. And then based on the suggestion of Alamo, one of their favorite people to work with is Defiance Machine, and now actually having one of these. This is the Defiance Machine Ruckus. I can see exactly where those guys are coming from. This is a very smooth action. The tight tolerances, when you start to research them, these guys will guarantee head spacing on a lot of the popular prefits out there. It has a 20 MOA integrated scope base, and another cool thing is, if you did want to take the barrel off and throw a different prefit on, you can do 223 or another bolt face. Just you can buy a whole complete assembly and just run it, and you're good to go. So the Ruckus is a pretty cool action. I'm gonna actually do another video just on the Ruckus, so I can go a little bit more in depth on that. And then we went and got a barrel from KMP. KMP did this. It's a 16.5-inch barrel with a 1 and 6.5 twist. To figure out that twist rate, to see what it's going to stabilize a subsonic 300 grain bullet, if you go over to the Burger Bullets website, you can just go over to, in the menu you see resources, and then it has the ballistic stability calculator. And once you're there, you can just go ahead and enter your bullet parameters, like the BC, and then you can go down and put the caliber. You put in the bullet weight and the length, and then you can just start playing around with different muzzle velocities and the barrel twist rates, and then just go ahead and calculate stability. And then you'll see down here at the bottom, it's going to show you on the graph what is going to be stable. Is it marginally stable or is it comfortably stable? And you can just play around with those twist rates until you find something that's, you know, comfortably stable for you. So that's what we did to come up with our 1 in 6.5 twist rate. There are actually a couple of companies that did offer this as an option straight from the factory. I think K&P just does the custom twist rate the way you want it to be. So anyway, with that said, this thing has been super fun to shoot. The load development has been a challenge because there's not a lot of load data out there. I had to get quick load, and I ran a whole bunch of different powders through that program to find out what's going to give me a good velocity. Like 1060 is what I was going for. What has a full powder burn, and then what gives me that full case capacity. At first I was using powders that would be in 300 blackout, and I just wasn't getting a lot of case fill, so I'd have a couple of really good placements, shot placements, and then I'd have a really crazy flyer, and that was consistent. And the only thing I could think is that powder, as it settles down in the stack as you're shooting, then you start to get these weird ignitions, and I think that's what was happening. So I was like, well, I got to go back and retool this, and I ended up with Vitivori Tin Star. It's going to be a full case capacity, full powder burn, and I'm getting standard standard deviations, or single digit standard deviations, and it's been really good getting sub minute at 100 yards. So anyway, with that said, let's go to the range to shoot this thing. We're going to see how far out we can get it, and yeah, you guys are going to like it. Let's head to the range. All right, we're all set up here at 200 yards. We're using Ballistic Arc as our app, and at 200 it's telling me 15 minutes of elevation to get impacts there. So we're gonna start at 200 and then walk her on out and just kind of see what we can do. So let's go ahead and do it. Impact. Let's take it out to 3 and see what she does at 3. So 300 yards is 31 and a quarter. It's a full revolution. Plus a little bit. Impact. All right. Let's send one more, see if I can make sure our elevation's actually right. True up this calculator. All right, so 47.8. We're going out to 400. And I got Jim back here. He's going to spot for me on this one and get us walked in on it, make sure we're good to go. But app's telling me 48.7 or 47.8. We're all dialed. Let's see what we got. You on?
Yep.
All right. What kind of wind we got out there? Anything?
It's a little right to left, but it's not terribly fast at all.
Okay, I'm gonna hold right edge. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. It's quiet.
Really quiet. Didn't feed.
Yeah. So.
All right, here we go.
Way low.
20 minutes low.
Yeah, like you're 1, 2, 3, 4 mils low.
Let's see if I can. So I'm gonna go up to 50, and then I'm gonna hold 6.
Ooh, that.
Ooh, that was like
It must have been
right
like right
edge.
up the right edge. So
Yeah,
I'm
barely.
thinking your spin drift is going to equal out the winds. Just hold dead center.
Okay.
I saw a splash behind it, so it probably means it's high. That's all I can think of. Hold the bottom. Just hold like dead middle but bottom. See what happens.
Okay.
Just right. Barely.
Just right.
Yep.
Let's get this.
Probably hold 2 minutes more left and you'll hit it.
So I sent that to Shelly, and there was like a quote. I think you stepped on the outer.
Just left. Well,
Did you see it
like
skip?
crazy, yeah.
Man, 3 was easy. 4 is giving me hell.
I sent her these 2 quotes. Sunday night. We don't love and we love as much as.
There's a hit. Big hit.
Impact.
Top middle. See that
Nice.
big old splotch?
Yeah.
You know, I bet you can probably find the bullet down there too.
All right, let's do that again.
So just correct from that high middle. Impact right next to it.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm gonna true up this ballistic gap, and then we're gonna go try it again.
Sweet.
So we're back at the range for round 2. The first range session you saw, we got to 400 yards, and the calculations fell apart. And wasn't really exactly sure why. We tried to velocity true, and the velocities are just way too low for it to be accurate, so we knew there's something else. And after talking around dinner, we figured out that we actually had the supersonic ballistic coefficient into the calculator, and we needed to have the subsonic. So here we are, round 2. We're going out to 454 yards. It has 67 minutes of adjustment to get us out there. We're gonna get down, video this thing, and get some impacts out there in steel. And who knows, we might go ahead and take a little bit farther. So let's get to it.
The red circle's about 5 inches. So the red's about 1 minute, if that helps.
Yep. All right, I'm up.
Okay, start her up. Oh,
Who?
come up a minute. Windage was perfect. Perfect windage. Oh, just off the right edge.
Elevation good?
Yep.
Oh, you hear
Dead
that?
center, dude. Literally, like, absolutely dead center.
You hear that sucker,
That
man?
thunked, didn't it? That was perfect. Let's do it again, man. He was just to the left of that one,
Just left?
of that last shot. I don't know why we didn't hear the thunk.
Oh, I didn't hear it, but
I saw it hit though. That one was just.
I heard
left.
it. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's like spinning. It sounds like it was destabilizing or something.
So we went 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So there you go, 3 in a row at 454 once we got on target. All right, here we are. It's actually 500 yards. The rangefinder was in meters, so we were doing everything in meters thinking it was yards. On the way down here, driving down to the target, we figured that out, and so this is actually 500 yards versus 456 meters. But come on in closer, we'll check out some of these impacts. And we got one down low, and then we banged, we stacked 2 right here. So Not too bad. Got on target pretty quick. Thanks to Jeremiah, who's behind the camera, talking me in. He's actually a good friend of mine from Rayton Optics. Good ELR guy, so he's a good spotter. Get me in here. But yeah, not too shabby. Bang, bang, bang. Get on target and just send them. All right, guys. So just want to say thanks for checking out this video. I'm happy with this. I just wanted to hit 500 with that rifle. Now we have our dopes pretty good, and I feel like we can come out there and just replicate this anytime we want. So I'm stoked about that.